Hey guys, thanks for coming back. Today on Toy Spot, we'll be having a look at Batman Knightfall Azrael. Now, this is the Azrael Batman figure as introduced in the Nightfall series of Batman comics. I was a big fan of the Nightfall series. I liked what they did with introducing Bane. They made him as quite a threat to Batman. I don't think they've really focused on pushing a character as much as they did with Bane. For how new Bane was, I think they did a good job. DC Comics, good job on Bane. This Batman comes to us from, if you have the trade paperbacks like I do, his first appearance would be in part 2. Now, of course, this would be much later into the comic series, but if we have a look at the figure's packaging here, I'll get a better shot from the back here. They've incorporated the shattered bat symbol logo, which was predominant, and you won't see it on the trade paperbacks, but in the actual comics, it was neat that they actually had the bat symbol up at the top right-hand corner, and as Nightfall progressed, that symbol would change. It almost looked like a full moon, and then and when Bruce Wayne's back got broken, for those who have followed the comic series, that symbol then was changed to this symbol when, of course, Azrael came into the picture. I like the figure. I know a lot of people didn't like the additional, like he had the belt and he had all this armor and all that kind of stuff. I didn't mind it. It was something different. You know, we all knew Batman was going to come back, so it was kind of nice to just get a little bit of a change for the time being. But in the way of the packaging, it's got a nice red. The bat symbol you can see in the background as well as in the top corner. The figures in the wave are... Oh, I just banged the camera. The figures in the wave are the Mask of Tenju Batman. We've got, of course, Azrael Batman. We've got Nightwing. We've got Catwoman, and we've got Bane himself. And then, of course, they've advertised the trade paperbacks of Nightfall as well. Nice packaging. I like the red. They've done a good job, and the red really makes the character stand out. So for that, and I've banged the camera again, because with the red, I like that it makes the character stand out. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll open this guy up, and then we'll give you guys a closer look at the figure, and I'll be right back. And so here we have Azrael out of his packaging. Let's get a good close look at the figure here. A fair bit of detail was put into the figure. Now granted, this is from DC Direct, but this is DC Direct almost a decade, I guess, ago. So I mean, the detail is not certainly going to be on the level of some of the figures nowadays released by DC Direct, but nonetheless, it is still a nice figure. There's an ample bit of color put into the figure, even though, I mean, they've put a nice yellow, and then of course you've got the blue, and then silver. And then of course the black for the legging. But it's a nice figure. I like the face sculpt. They did a good job on the face. My one complaint with the figure is if I turn it sideways here, you'll notice that the cape doesn't actually fall straight down. It actually jets out, and then it drapes. There's actually a little piece, and hopefully I can catch that. There's actually hopefully you guys can see it. There's a solid piece actually that extends from his shoulder spikes down, and then it stops there, and then the cape is actually sitting on that. As a result, you'll see that his cape has this weird wonky position to it. What it also then does is the Batman figure doesn't stand well on his own. I'll move this out of the way here for a second. If you try to put the figure on his own, he doesn't stand. And I mean, you could try to position his legs as much as possible, and I've tried adjusting the knees and everything else, and it just does not stand because the cape is pulling the figure backwards. Luckily enough, though, with every DC Direct and with the Nightfall, you get a really nice Nightfall stand. There's a hole on this side, and I actually thought there was 2 holes, but there's only a single hole just on the end there. And then of course you get 2 pegs, I guess just in case you lose one, and that will allow the figure to stand on the base here like that, which to show the figure off, I think it looks nice with the additional base. My overall opinion of the figure is it's nice. If you are a big fan of the Batman comics and you like Nightfall and you like all those little mini-series, I would say you want to invest into this figure, because I mean, to pick him up now, you're not going to be paying probably too much for him. He's an older figure. I wouldn't be surprised, I'll put him back here again, I wouldn't be surprised if you probably found him at a bargain bin, or you found him at a convention in those little boxes under the table for like $3 for $5. If you see him for that, I would definitely pick him up. He's a nice figure, and he is actually the first figure of the Nightfall figure wave, and I will be doing all 5 just to kind of give you guys an idea of what they look like. But this concludes a toy spot on Nightfall Azrael Batman, and I'll catch you guys later.